Okay, so here you go. This is for Alpine. What we're doing today is we're going to be making slab vessels or slab pots. We're going to be using the rolled out slabs that we have for a couple projects now. But this time we're going to be combining them and turning them into vessels. We're going to be using a lot of scoring and slipping to do this. And there's probably going to be some measuring involved in this too. Okay, so it should be a little more complicated. It doesn't have to be. We have some examples that are pretty simple too. Okay, so this is a box I made using the different slabs on there. This box is about 6 inch by 4.5 inches. I've included a lid with it. It's got a base there. It's got a little handle on it. I will show you the inside. The inside has been sealed. Remember those little coils that we make? We dip them in the water and we use them to seal the inside. So this should be waterproof or able to hold water in there. If you're making a base or anything that you want to be sealed, make sure and use those coils in there. I do want to say now, and this is something I actually forgot in the other demonstration, was that all of these pieces are scored and slipped. Okay, I've scored and slipped each one of the edges that touches each other in there. I also think this is really handy. As I was making it, that is when I sealed it on the inside. I sort of sealed it as I went, as I built the walls on it. So I didn't have to go back through and try to do it all at the very end, or maybe my hand wouldn't reach in there and I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, so I used those coils to seal it as I worked on it. Okay. Quickly here, take a look at some other examples. There's a lot of variety when we do these slab pots or vessels. This is a base I made. I just used the scrap ends of a lot of these slabs that were rolled out. Had a lot of fun just combining them. I was able to do this rather quickly in there, and it's kind of fun and a little bit loose. It is sealed on the inside. I did take coils and seal on the inside as I worked, so it will be able to hold water and it should be able to act as a base in there. So kind of loose, kind of fun, and a little bit simpler. Very quickly, we'll go through some.
Hold on a second here. Let me get that. There we go. Okay.
Okay. So here are some examples. I'll go through them quickly. This is a taller slab vessel. It gets a little wider at the top. Probably have to use some measuring with this. You do want to start off with a base for these first. So you'll make your base first and then you'll build your walls around it. This is a more traditional square sort of vessel in there. And this has texture imprinted on the outside. This one has additive pieces. So they've added pieces and smoothed them out to the outside. This is an interesting form here. This is like an ellipse shape, like a football. So they've just taken two rather large slabs, scored and slipped them, combined them together around this ellipse base. This looks simple enough, and this is probably something that could be done rather quickly in there. This is an interesting form. This is a base where they have taken just one large slab and probably a base underneath, and then wrapped it around and kind of folded it and created this very sort of elegant leaf form in the middle there, so to use as a base. This looks like a very doable sort of project in there. see what we have. Okay. We have kind of another one of these forms where they've just taken a slab and rolled it around. They've overlapped it and connected it to create, well, to me, it looks like a plant pot or some different sort of bowl type vessel in there. Neat, kind of elegant. This is using pentagon shapes right here. Just want to give you a variety of sort of all of the different forms you can use in this. So they've combined pentagons here, and the forms are growing larger as they get towards the top. The neat form there. This is a pretty fun slab vessel. So these are a little bit taller than they are wider, a rectangular shape. And then they include these sort of fun little faces on them that were probably just used slab pieces cut out and attached to make these sort of simplified fun faces on there. There is a triangular shape. So if you would like to make a triangle vessel, you could do that too. Okay, finally, I've included some vessels that have lids on them. These lids have notches cut out in them to keep the lids in place, and that's a very simple way to do that. Here is some lids with some objects that have been sculpted and attached to the top of it. Here is a vessel, and they've used smaller slabs sort of built upon each other to create this handle. If you guys are interested or have any questions in creating different types of handles, you can just ask me. There is a variety to do that, and there's probably a certain way to do that, really making sure that they're attached and strong. I'll show you this.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Okay, I'll show you this lid here really fast. This lid has an inner edge on it here, right here, and it's been sealed once again with the coils on there. It just adds a lot of strength to anything you attach when you add that inner clay in there. But this fits nicely inside of the box right there. And it's got a nice handle that I've just used a little piece of the slab cut out and used as a handle. Before I let you go, there always seems to be a lot to talk about. So, all right, but I wanted to show you when I did this vessel here, I made the base and I attached the walls to the outside of the base. And I think this gives it a stronger structure when you attach it to the outside of the base. What this means is when you do your measurements, your walls are going to have to be a little bit longer. Two of these sides are the same for me. And then these two longer edges are longer than my base in there. The slabs are a 1/4 inch thick. Okay, so for this one, I had to make it a total of a 1/2 inch longer, okay, on each side to make my measurements on there. So there might be a little bit of math involved in this project. Okay, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and go. Hopefully you have enough slabs, cutting tools, and hopefully a ruler or a straight edge. Okay, yes.
Hey, guys, if you wouldn't mind muting your computers, please.
Look at that. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Okay.
How do you just do this and then curl this up and then curl this into here and then